Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here, and this video is brought to you through the EA Creator Network. They very kindly offered me a very short early access to The Sims 4 Werewolves. I will give a disclaimer at the start. I'm sorry if I sound rubbish. Basically, I'm on a holiday right now, and I couldn't even get Wi-Fi in the place where I was staying, so I had to book a hotel room just so I could get Wi-Fi. I have no idea when this is going up or anything like that. Honestly, out of my control, and I am so sorry for that, but this is one of the only releases where this is gonna happen. EA just were like, oh, Molly's out of town again? Yeah, let's release everything. This video, though, is gonna be all about the world and townies. We're gonna be diving in to the brand new world, Moonwood Mill, which I will say from the get-go is only 5 lots. I know people were expecting it to be bigger than vampires. However, from what I've seen of this pack, like in the Guru live stream and stuff, it definitely has more of an open world feel, which was definitely needed for werewolves because they have the underground system, which unfortunately you can't like go into. Like, it's not visible to the player. You just get pop-ups, kind of like Outdoor Retreat, Jungle Adventure. You kind of needed that space for werewolves to be able to like run around and stuff. And I do actually quite like the look of this world, even though it's only 5 lots. Also, James Turner, formerly known as the Sim Supply, built, I'm fairly sure, everything for this pack, which is really, really cool. It's obviously just one neighborhood, which is the world of Moonwood Mill. So let's get into it. Everyone says that this has like a Pacific, like Northwestern vibe, kind of like your Forks from Twilight and all of that. And I do definitely feel that, which is kind of appropriate for werewolves. The world description. Once upon a time, Moonwood Mill was filled with the bustle and sound of the nearby lumber mill. Today, the town is transformed. The rustled shells of its former industry provide cover for a handful of mysterious denizens who've sought out this wilderness-shrouded community, basking in its remote and anonymous nature. It's a place with a hidden history, and those who live here know that if you dig deep enough, you're bound to discover some fascinating secrets. Obviously, a little head nod to the lore of lycanthropy in The Sims 4 and also physically the tunnel system. And with those 5 lots of Moonwood Mill, we have 2 40 by 30 lots. One of them is residential that's already owned by a group of townies, a family, and then also the library is a 40 by 30 lot. We have 1 20 by 15, which is an unowned residential. It's basically your starter home in this world. We have 1 50 by 40, which is a bar, which actually more occults will go to that bar, which is interesting. And then we have 1 30 by 30 lot, which is a residential. It's an empty lot currently. They do kind of say that it could maybe be used as another commercial lot, but it's kind of up to you what you use that for. In that 40 by 30 up at the top, we have the Volkov family, and he's actually one of the pack leaders. So Christopher Volkov has been around longer than most can remember. He founded and leads the Moonwood Collective and is eager to take in any werewolf feeling displaced or lost. Lily joined the household long ago, a lonely wanderer who had lost her closest friends to the vampires. Ooh, kind of setting up the hatred for vampires, the long-established feud. After her came Rory and then Jacob. Though Rory's relationship with her adoptive father has soured, Jacob and Christopher's connection has flourished. Both bear the same calm yet intense soul, and everyone in Moonwood Mill knows Christopher intends for Jacob to be the heir of this pack. Drama! I will say, everything that is described in the family description actually does line up when it comes to relationships and sentiments between the townies, which I'm a massive fan of. They've kind of done this since Snowy Escape. It's nice to see them carrying on with that. And they live in the collective cabin, nestled on the outskirts of Lake Lundvik. Christopher Volkov created a home for himself and those in need. He's made room for all who have joined him over the years, with a homey garden and shed out back, ensuring those who live here can live a sustainable lifestyle in peaceful solitude. They are the kind of hippie pack, if you will. They live off the land. I feel like cottage living is going to go in well with this. I don't actually have it installed for this like portion that I'm doing. However, I want to know if werewolves can attack chickens. The 20 by 15 lot, which is just a little bit lower, is what I said was the starter home. It's the New Moon Shack. This little home may not seem like much, but for the sim who's looking for some solitude and fresh air, living here can be quite transformative, you don't say. Maybe transforming into a werewolf? Mayhaps. Then we have the Moonwood Mill Library, which is the other 40 by 30 lot. This is where you're going to find my baby boy Wolfgang, the librarian. Moonwood Mill's community has repurposed an old logging factory into their very own local library. Its open and airy structure make it the perfect location to curl up with a book or catch a view of the night sky. There are actually two telescopes. There's the big ass one and then there's a small one, which I'm glad about. Honestly, still not over the fact that we have small telescopes and also meteorites. Oh my word, I miss those. And it's a death. Ugh. Made my entire day. And out back, the Wildfangs have dragged old work equipment into the former loading dock for a handy makeshift gym. So a lot of places to like work out in this world, I feel like athleticism is going to be big for the wolves. Next is the Grimtooth Bar and Bunker. It's a town split by ideals. The newly established Grimtooth Bar is Celine's vision for the future. A friendly, neutral locale where all sims, werewolf or not, can gather and mingle. Though the scrap together venue may be a recent addition, the secret bunker out back isn't. The hairier inhabitants of Moonwood Mill have long considered it a local haven from curious eyes, and perhaps something more ominous. I like it. And finally, wrapping up the plots, we have Prowler's Patch, which is the empty lot that you can kind of do anything with. This inviting plot just off Moonwood River, and across from the local library is the perfect lot for any sim looking to settle down in a small town. Inhale the fresh scent of woodland pine under the full moon and pay no mind to the creatures lurking about and the incessant howling coming from every direction. On second thought, maybe this would be a great commercial venue for the denizens who already live here. So I think they're kind of hinting as like maybe moving Rory in or something like that, but they do say a commercial venue. So I don't know what they want you to build on this lot, but you can build whatever you fancy. You could even do a karaoke bar if you have city living. How fun would that be? I actually want to hear the werewolves sing karaoke. We'll be doing that in my gameplay overview, I can assure you. And yeah, like I said, all of the relationships that I kind of talked about, obviously there's not many townies that live in this world, but I basically hopped into Christopher's household and had a look at his relationships, and they all kind of replicated what I was expecting to see. He had like a hurt sentiment from Rory, Jacob adored him, so his kids, there's definitely a relationship there. He actually despises Greg. I'm kind of sad because it kind of spoiled what Greg looked like. Honestly, might blur him out in this video because I don't want that to be spoiled for you lot in his human form, because I've only seen him in his wolf form, and I think you're going to get a nice surprise when you see him. But yeah, I like this world. There are actually 3 ways to get in the tunnels, which I'm going to talk about here. So you can go to the porta potties. There's a little like bunker type space. It kind of looks like the hidden world from Oasis Springs. It kind of has like a wooden hatch over it. And then there's also the drainage system, which has a little staircase, and then you can go in it there. So those are the 3 accessible ways to the tunnel. You can also get to the top of the mountain, like hangout. It's basically, it's not a lot or anything like that, but you can just go up there by clicking on the base of the mountain and traveling up, or just by clicking on the top of the mountain. So that's also accessible. I do feel like it has that open world vibe, even though it's only 5 lots. I will say they have added in like quite a lot of shells around the industrial part, which I personally don't mind. Of course, I would prefer them to be actual lots, because I think like having a bigger world is always a plus in my eyes, but I kind kind of like the lots that are included in this. It's just be wary of the shells. And you kind of expect them to be real because they do actually look very realistic. I was kind of caught off guard by how real they looked. Also, I will say the like pack hangouts are just kind of in the open world. So you're gonna have to explore a little bit, but there's a funky little tree with all like moons hanging from it. I think that's where Christopher's pack hangs out, like the Moonwood Collective. And then there is like a little sort of caravan type thing. I'm not sure if that's available in debug, but that's where the other pack hang out. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Moonwood Mill. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I'm hopefully, maybe, I don't know how Wi-Fi is gonna work here, to be honest. Might have a Creator Sim overview up tonight. If not tonight, it will be at some point tomorrow along with my gameplay video. Fingers crossed, but I'm working on such a janky setup right now. Also, janky internet, so please just bear with me. I'm sorry if anything is delayed. Like, literally, I am trying my best. I have been pulling my hair out. It's a good job I'm not a werewolf, or else I would be running around naked. But I appreciate you all and your patience. Once again, big thank you to EA Creator Network for providing me with early access. This comes out tomorrow. I'm fairly sure it's 10 a.m. PT. Rory and that lot, like Lou and stuff, actually are in managed households, so they don't actually live on a specific lot. They kind of just hang around their caravan, in case any of you were wondering. I love the graffiti. I love the grunge feeling of this world. I think it looks sick. I guess I'll just have to wait until I hop into my gameplay, because I haven't touched that yet, to see how I really feel about this pack. But let me know how you feel about the world and townies. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you for your patience once again, and I will speak to you all in my next one, which will hopefully be tonight. Fingers crossed. Pray for me, besties. Feel like I'm gonna need it.